Don't you ever leave me alone with the Discord again!
Nothing exploded.
Not that you know of! I was up till 4 a.m. editing that episode!
I'm so sorry, but between this show and my sister getting married, I think I made the right choice.
So what you're saying is if you had been on Castranger last week, your sister wouldn't have gotten married?
No, I just wouldn't have had much of a voice, and then I wouldn't have been able to congratulate her properly.
It's true enough.
She'd been like, I can't marry you, Chad.
Jerry, the episode sounded fine to you because I spent so much extra time fixing inconsistencies in audio levels.
He does this for you.
She's a fucking wizard. Anyways, with that being said, cue the roll call. Right!
Connect. Loading. Broadcast. Perfect.
Show running super savant.
Level up.
Bluecaster super Ichi.
Loud and online. Greycaster Robolane.
Return of the source material. Greencaster Zenshin.
Trauma Inducer Northcaster Saga.
Casting, criticism, comedy, chaos!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
On air.
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 460.
All right, it's episode Barack Obama Snow.
That's actually legit.
Which means it's time for change.
Damn it. That's legit one of my favorite Pokemon, honestly.
It's also hilariously appropriate that we get an ice-themed Pokemon because it's starting to snow up here.
Mm-hmm. Wait, someone put up a picture of Mega Obama Snow. It's fucking cool.
Mega Abomination.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm back.
Yay!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave. I lost my voice earlier in the
space.
week, and then, yeah, I like Mega Obama Snow. I think he's fucking badass. Bring back Mega Pokemon, please.
Right? They were the best gimmick.
That's why they're never going to bring him back.
Like, Z-moves were cool. Gigantamax was all right for like the first couple times. And now we have whatever the fuck we have.
Obama Snow.
I am Obama Snow, and I am here to lead the people.
Yeah, so I lost my voice earlier in the week, and my sister was getting married like that week. So I just wanted to make sure my voice was back to normal enough that I could actually talk. So that's why I had to skip out. I'm sorry. I know I missed out for Hercules coming back. Trust me, I will say some things.
Yeah.
Also, Mariah Carey is free from her.
I can't. You know what?
Fully aware of the meme. I can't believe it.
It's not even that. I think she's fully aware of Power Rangers. That was a touch Rita Repulsa.
You know what?
Someone made a picture.
Full respect to her for embracing the meme. I even saw someone turn that into like the way that a boss gets introduced at the end of a Final Fantasy XIV dungeon.
I mean, you don't remember all those times in Final Fantasy where a bunch of mooks and pumpkin heads came out with blow dryers and started...
It was basically how you open the Shiva fight. Comes out of a thing of ice.
It's tradition.
The only time I've seen a meme be fully completed, come full circle, was that GTA 5 meme where it was like people taking that one scene of like the two characters and then they just kept memeing them. And then the actual voice actors of those characters recreated the exact same scene. And I was like, hey, meme went full circle. We can't do it anymore.
You talking about the haircut?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
So yeah, the actual actors fucking recreated it. It was perfect.
Great.
All right. Well, for those who happen to be tuning into our show for the first time, thank you for checking us out. We are a bunch of Ontario-based Tokusatsu nerds who get together every week to talk about Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and a third thing.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. And our topics for this week are Kamen Rider Gotchard, Episode 9, Kingohger, Episode 35, and Episode 4, not 4 and 5, of High School Heroes, because as we've been informed by Gar, 5 and 6 is a two-parter, and then 7 and 8 close out the show.
I can't wait to talk about episode 4. It was fantastic.
Yeah. All right, but before we get into that, we have some news to do, which means it's time for
News mode.
I heard that.
That's right. I've figured out how to use Discord soundboard, so people in our Discord will be able to hear the transition. Only that one though. The ones for the actual show bumpers are much longer than 7 seconds. All right. First bit of news is the reveal of not the form, but the power-up / weapon that Gotchard will be getting for their first upgrade form, the Gotchaliber.
I see.
So, okay, if I'm getting this right, so it's the gimmick, but also the sword at the same time?
Yeah, so it's a sword that transforms into the thing that attaches to the front of the driver.
Okay.
That's dumb.
It's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like the weapon itself goes, like I've seen sillier weapons.
There have absolutely been stupider weapons.
But like, wait, okay, so how big is this then? If it's going on?
I mean, look at it attaches to the front of the driver, and you can see the driver right there on my shelf.
The Gotchard driver is already a thick boy. Now this is just making it even thicker boy.
This is the kind of thickness you save till the end of the season, but we're getting it now.
This is the kind of thickness I need in my life.
This is not even like compared to like having like the fucking Kachidoki key and then the slot and then the fucking Kiwami key like slotted in. Like, God, it's so complicated.
Yeah.
Well, wait, Ichi, yeah, go. This was originally called the DX Twitter Gotchcaliber.
Oh, right.
Yes, X formerly known as Gotchard.
So it looks like this comes with the X-Rex card, which is the level 10 dinosaur element card.
I love saying that. X-Rex.
X-Rex.
Dial X for Rex.
Lane, if I ever discover a Tyrannosaur-type dinosaur, I will make sure it has an X in the name so it can be X-Rex.
You know what I need to watch? I need to watch that detective movie, Theodore Rex, with Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, no, we're watching that sometime. That's a great train wreck.
Train Rex?
No. It's about a talking dinosaur that's a detective with Whoopi Goldberg.
Have you not heard of this, Ichi?
No.
It's the greatest movie ever.
Oh, okay.
It is not.
It's pretty special. Pretty special.
But yeah, it looks like the handle and the blade just like fold into the sides and then it just chunks onto the fucking front of the belt.
So much. Like it's really busy.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't know what the form looks like yet, so I'll withhold total judgment until we see it, but
it's probably gonna have an X somewhere. There we go.
Yeah.
He's wearing dinosaur-sized sneakers.
With 3 feet.
So, if you're interested in buying this sword, which comes with the X-Rex card, 5720 yen, November 25th release. Not premium Bandai?
What is it?
Deluxe.
There's your
Deluxe retail release.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I mean,
I love the set. I love all the cards it comes with are all X cards.
No, I think that's just someone showing the X cards that we know of. It only comes with the X-Rex card.
I kind of like the color scheme. Like, it's bright, it's vibrant, but it almost feels like it's on fire or something.
Yeah. You can still kind of see through it to see like the Gotchard helmet bit from the driver behind it. Unless that's also in the sword.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hard to say. Anyway, moving on. So, speaking of Gotchard, we got, they announced the Sochaku Henshin Kamen Rider Gotchard Set 2, which is not only cool because we get a figure of Gold Mechanicer, which is going to debut in the next episode, but this also revealed another form that we hadn't seen before, which is Lightning Jungle.
This looks like a Digimon. This looks like a Mega Evolution Digimon.
I thought that was a pirate hat he was wearing, so I thought Pillets was involved.
No, we know what Mad Pilots looks like.
Like, it's lightning bolts, obviously, like show like electricity, but it looks like a pirate hat.
When I first saw the image of it, for less than half a sec, I thought the Dawn Brothers were back.
Digivolve 2, Gold Mechanic.
Can't escape from Ichi.
And Lightning Jungle.
But yeah, these are some big chunky figures.
Gold Mechanicer is fucking amazing.
I like the silver one.
Yeah. They're both cool.
Yeah.
So awesome.
So as we know, Gold Mechanicer is made of Gold Dash and Mekanikani, and Lightning Jungle is made from Raidenji, which is the battery, and Jungle Jan, which is one of the cards that debuted in this week's episode.
Sweet Jungle Jan.
Yeah, thanks to Gar when he was opening packs a couple weeks ago. He gave me his hollow Gold Dash card, so with like the gold trim on it.
And I also have a Hollow Gold Dash.
We all have a Hollow Gold Dash.
Yeah.
Now to see the Mechana, whatever.
Mechanicani?
Mechanicom.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's interesting. We learned about a new form through a toy announcement.
You know, these kind of all, like, legit kind of remind me of, too? Armor Digivolve.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
These are big, chunky forms.
Yeah, Kevin was telling me something about Digimon 20 today, where he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, like Patamon's so busted that he had to be Pegasusmon for a lot of the show." And I was like,
Oh yeah, in Digimon Adventure Remake? Yeah, there was a while where he evolved into Pegasusmon.
Because, like, Ajamon is fucking busted as shit.
Yeah.
He's an angel.
That's funny.
Yup.
Damn.
All right, so if you want to get this, it comes with one figure and the 2 armor sets. So if you want it, it's $49.50 yen, releasing December 2nd. And those are the 2 cards.
We also found out more information about the Legend Driver.
Oh, yeah, that didn't show up on my newsfeed.
It can scan all 101 Kemi cards. So, which means Mark Okita fucking recorded dialogue for each Kemi.
Yeah, there was another preview for the Legend special, and we got to hear Mark Okita go, Kemi Ride!
Also, if someone could post that picture with like a Grand Zeo, this could piss Ichi off so much.
I heard his belt looks like the things from Grand Zeo.
It looks like the opening thing when like he summons all the riders.
I saw.
So sick. It's great. No wonder I like it. It reminds me of Grand Zeo.
Yep. All right, moving on. So anyone who's held off on buying the actual Kingohger Megazord might be glad they did, because Premium Bandai has announced a shiny version.
Nice. What?
I love it.
Oh boy.
DX Kingohger King Class Heavy Paint Plating version.
And it even comes with a longer Tombo sword.
Yep.
Shiny.
And it comes with a gold version of Snail Gatling and Rolling Hammer.
It's so cool.
Shiny!
Oh, shiny!
He's might be something good, something shiny.
Yeah. I won't lie, I'm kind of tempted.
Sparkle, sparkle.
I mean, you already got the castle, so you might as well get the fucking...
Right?
But here's the question. How much?
Well, that's
$200.
That's a good question. Oh, yeah. Premium Bandai web exclusive 19,800 yen March release.
So like $200.
Oh, that hurts.
Nah, I'm good.
Let me go on Amazon Japan right now.
It hurts.
The regular King. Hang on. Kingohger.
I hate how cool.
Although, like, anyone trying to make God Kingohger 0 will have to buy this, because this is the only way you can get the gold recolors of Snail and Hammer.
Oh, that's how they get you.
Okay, so right now you can get Kingohger, DX Kingohger off of Amazon Japan for like around $100.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Unfortunate.
It looks more accurate. The shiny one doesn't really look accurate.
But the shiny one's about the luxury of it.
The shiny one's about saying, look, I bought...
It's the Kingohger version of the Mighty Morphin metallic armor.
No, you know what it is? It's to get that... It's to do that effect if you're like the kind of person who like sets up shots and you actually want that like shing lighting.
I love it.
I feel like I'm gonna shine a light on it, and it's just gonna blind me.
Even the fucking Kumo, Tento, and Ant shoe gods are shiny.
That's cute.
That's fun. That's kind of fun.
Let's get to.
No.
All right, chat. You heard it. You can either get Ichi this or my Kaguragi robe. So, balls in your court, chat. Fans.
I get the Hercules crown, but it's already sold out. So
people bought that.
Why wouldn't they?
Ichi? Crown off of collectibles.
Oh my god!
$400 on the Hercules crown.
We can't.
It wasn't me.
We can't let them keep getting away with this. You keep doing it, and they're going to keep charging us.
Yeah.
Jewelry or shit, please.
You like this brand, don't you?
Yeah, there's a bigger Hercules simp than Lane.
Oh, I don't doubt it. 100%.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
So yeah, that's fun.
I love fandom.
Despite the fact that it's way out my price range, I'm actually kind of glad they did this because it's just nice to see.
Mm. So you're saying you liked in Mighty Morphin when they got the sparkly suits, right?
No.
Well, sounds like that's what you're saying.
All right.
Your major and they're super sparkly.
Yeah.
So.
All right, moving on. So yeah, we're in the middle of the Gaim anniversary merch wave, and at the preview event for Narikiwi World 2023, fans got to see the first revelation of the complete series gigantic Muso Saber and Sonic Arrow. So I guess these are like 1-to-1.
Holy shit!
Wow.
We have a 1-to-1 Sonic Arrow. That's crazy.
So cool.
This is from God, yeah?
Yeah.
I wonder if it comes with a replacement plate to have the Zangetsu emblem on it.
I'm not sure.
I remember Zangetsu, he had his own Muso Saber and it had this emblem. So
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
that with the DX.
That would be cool. For whatever these...
Can we get the banana spear?
Oh, God, no.
I hope we do, but I don't know any of these.
Hey, fucking 1-to-1 scale Budo Ryuho. That'd be sick.
The grape gun?
Yeah, why not?
Wasn't the toy basically 1-to-1 anyway?
No, you know what we need? 1-to-1 scale Kiwi Gekirin.
Jesus Christ.
Or the mango flip.
The mango hammer.
That'd be cool.
What's your favorite Gaim Rider fruit weapon? Post in the comments. Yo, the pine iron would be rad.
What about that fucking Kurikage's
Pine iron.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pun.
No, pine.
Oh yeah, make the DJ gun. Holy shit, Seven's right.
You know what? I DJ'd you.
So here, if you buy these now, they might make you the one you want later.
Yeah.
Buy, Ichi. That's why we do this.
That's capitalism. That's the message.
We're in the money.
What they need to do is to make a weapons line of all 40 Forze Switch modules.
Oh God!
The rocket, the launcher, the
1-to-1 scale. Attach them to your legs.
Yeah,
jump on the building. It'll keep you flying.
All right, that's very cool. And our last news story of the day is something not so cool. It turns out Gokai Silver of the Pirate Power Rangers has been arrested for fraud.
Wait a minute. That's what we call irony.
That's really disappointing because it just Guy was such a fun character and he was so he looked so nice.
Yeah. So talent.
People they just play heroes.
Yeah. Talent agency Baru announced they have terminated the contract of actor Junya Ikeda due to the actor being arrested for participating in special fraud. I like how unspecific that was.
Yeah, maybe they don't know.
It's not just fraud; it's special fraud.
Specialist kind of fraud.
Let's see. Ikeda is suspected of conspiring with his associates to defraud a man in Kyoto Ward, Tokyo, out of his cash card. He visited the man's home and posed as a police officer.
Holy shit, he went full Saul Goodman.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's amazing. It's not amazing, it's awful, but
Ichi just looks up at his Gokai spear, just being like,
how could you do this to me? I know
that shit.
I don't remember their name, but I know there's one guy on Twitter who's going to be absolutely fucking devastated because they worship this actor.
You're slipping, Gokai.
Oh, no. Never meet your heroes, kids.
Yeah, unfortunate.
I mean, look, there's a Tanuki in that picture. They're untrustworthy, you know.
That was from the whole thing. I'm not going to get into that.
Let's not do this. Yeah.
That was a part of the plot. Anyway, that's the news.
I legit thought that 3D Saul Goodman had. I thought that was part of the intro for the actual show.
It might as well be at a certain point.
Yeah, no, I thought it was, and then I started watching it, and I was like, wait, where's the 3D head?
Oh, hey, quick sidebar, sorry. I was watching, I'm going through season 6. For one episode, the actor who played Buzz from Home Alone was in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I was rooting for you.
Don't you know how to knock Flemwad?
All right, well, let's get into Gotchard.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into this week, does anyone want to talk about the previous episode?
It happened.
Sure did.
That's all I remember.
The one with the boy and his pet cactus who then got his mind
Let
wiped.
me just say, I do not want to hear Sabo ever again.
Sabo!
Oh, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Why does the cactus look like he's constantly flipping everyone the bird?
It's a cactus with. Oh no! Speaking of flipping the bird, I thought the teacher fucking did that this week. When he lifted up his finger to do like alchemy, I thought he was actually flipping someone off. I was like, holy shit!
That's what it looks like to me in that one shot of the opening where Minato's like walking from right to left, and you see like the screen is split in half, and it's just like, and your memory's erased, and your memory's erased, and your memory's erased.
We did have a fun conversation discussing what the biology of Sabo is.
Yeah, we were trying to like figure out what body part was what, and I think what we landed on was the dirt in the pot is its feet, and the pot is a shoe.
And then you noticed that when it went into the card,
they didn't have the pot.
Yeah, did you bring that up last week?
No.
Yeah. So that was funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, Spanner continues to be annoyingly badass.
Yeah.
It was funny how like
but he's so cool.
I realized how like his jacket, his moody high school jacket, seemed to be school issued.
Yeah, because it has the emblem on it.
So it's like what? Once you achieve a certain click, they're like, here, take your moody leather jacket.
Yeah, it's like a proof of graduation. You get a Letterman jacket.
Well, yeah, he beat that Bolt guy probably to get it. So
probably.
Guys, I just realized what that picture of Buddies and Buddy is. That's Bulk and Skull today.
My thought was Bulk and Stan Lee.
I was gonna say like he looks like he belongs in The Sopranos or something.
God, this show's great. Anyways, Gotchard on the other hand.
So this week's episode is all about the field trip to Kyoto because every high school show's got to have one.
I miss Ace. I'm just gonna say it.
I don't miss Geets, but
Kotaro is fucking annoying me. I'm like, he's getting so fucking hyped up, and I'm like, dude, it's a trip to Kyoto. Calm the fuck down.
I mean, let's be real and try to understand his perspective a little. He's a high schooler; it's his first time, obviously, and like he's happy to like, okay. Oh, I get to do the thing all high schoolers do.
No, okay. Let's break this down. What would like a trip to Kyoto be like for us, like in Canada, for like a high school trip?
Quebec.
Yeah.
Hey, I like Quebec.
A trip to Montreal.
Montreal. There you go.
Wait, no. What's the Holy Land of Canada?
Ottawa?
No. Halifax.
Niagara Falls.
Prince Edward Island.
Niagara Falls would do it.
Yeah. You know what?
The city where there's a literal Ferris wheel in the middle of the city streets?
No, guys, we're being idiots. Cornwall.
No. Dunville.
Oh!
You get to drive up a mountain.
It's great.
Also, can I just say, Kudo was amazing this episode.
It took 9 weeks, but the actress who played Rine finally learned to show emotion.
We did it.
Oh my god, it's possible.
The fact, we've also found out she's a fucking sadist. So
she loves watching them squirm with fear.
Also, I love that at one point there's just a shot of her in the background just taking a selfie, and I was just like, that was the cutest fucking shit I've ever seen. It's so fucking adorable.
No, Seven. She just found out her father is maybe alive last week.
Right, that little girl
who then went, no bully. I will say I liked Kajiki in this episode, and I'm also happy that it took 9 fucking episodes for us to interact with Kajiki for more than 2 minutes.
I was so happy for the guy, and then immediately when we saw that her boyfriend was an escaped prisoner, I'm like, oh.
I was rooting for him for most of it, and then he started stalking her, claiming he didn't mean to stalk her, and I'm like, you're kind of losing me, bro. And then we watch him get cucked live on screen.
It was great.
Also, but he's still a high schooler. She's probably like in her 20s.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Also, did anyone else pick up the female love interest of Kaji? Her name is Himeno.
Oh, yeah.
And last week we had a monster that looked like Yanma. What is happening?
Toeilas like to make their parallels, so
maybe they're friends on the production teams.
Yeah,
I like the tree amalgam. The tree amalgam was sick. He looked like Cherry Mon.
The fucking Jungle Jan.
Like every time that guy was on screen, we were going, "Friends, Puppet Man."
Kamen Rider Gotchard, I'm coming for you.
You have to look within yourself.
Then you may find that you
The
are.
English dub, the 4Kids dub of Digimon was just something really special.
It really was.
I don't know if it was 4Kids. I think it was just Bandai.
No, wasn't it just Fox Kids?
Fox Kids.
No,
Yeah.
Saban.
Yeah, it was Saban. Because they redirected all their resources to Digimon that were supposed to go and make season 2 of Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog. A fact that I am the most confused by with regards to how I feel on.
More Mystic
Why not both?
Knights or more Digimon? I would have liked either.
Anyway, so I will say we got some we saw some very cool gimmick things done for the first time. Lachesis not only went into the Happy Clover amalgam, but then equipped Bamboo on her arm as a weapon, and I'm like, they can do that, equip multiple chemis, and then Valvarad go.
And it's, Spanner's just like, that's cute.
That's cute. Here's 3.
Okay. If someone could put up a picture of Valvarad with like Geki Chopper and Gut Shovel, she looks so cool.
It's Gekiocopter.
Gekiocopter, yeah.
But yeah,
just like the purple meshed with like the blue on one arm and the yellow on the other arm is so good.
It's a pretty cool form, and now I'm wondering how much further he could take this. Like, can he maybe equip 2 other vehicles on each leg? Just become a fucking Megazord?
That's so fucking cool. Yeah, you know what? He's actually, now that I'm thinking about, Valvarad does give off like mech energy, like Sentai mech energy.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I love the...
He looks like a human Megazord. That's what it reminds me of. It's like Birth with his fucking weapons. Is he gonna get a cannon in the chest? That'd be rad.
Hey, Tanda's showing us what a man with a cannon in his chest can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the great thing about this though, Kaguya, is that that Valvarad wasn't like a CGI mess like Demon's Genomix was.
Correct. The genomics were just horrible for the most part.
We love you, Revice. You're a fantastic show, but sometimes the CGI was a bit too much.
Yeah. I love that an actual plot point in this episode was the fact that Hotaro was stupid enough to leave all his cards at home, and then we bothered to have Hopper One stow away because we can't not have Pikachu. And how do we resolve not having our cards? By calling up our friends back home in Tokyo and having them drive 6 hours on a goddamn motorcycle to hand me my card collection.
We actually looked it up, like how far it is Tokyo to Kyoto, and yeah, like if you were driving, about 6 hours.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that episode of SSS's Gridman where they went on like a field trip and then they're like, oh shit, there's a kaiju attacking. We need junk. And so they bought junk and brought it over on a train to transform into Gridman.
Also, I want to say, like in the last episode when we met what's the Clover one called?
Happy Clover?
Yeah, that is the most Pokemon one we have seen so far.
Yeah.
Like if you should.
God, I wish Emily was here because she probably feels so bad that Happy Clover is just being like held hostage like this. poor thing.
Yep.
Aww.
Also,
so sad.
I noticed that like at one point where they're talking about eventually we're going to start seeing the level 10 cards, and at one point one of the 3 sisters refers to them as level number 10. I'm like, okay. That's some English.
Oh, I'm also just gonna say it now. Gold Dash is now officially my favorite like Kamen Rider motorcycle.
Your favorite rider machine?
Favorite main rider machine, because the Trideron doesn't count because the Trideron's in its own separate fucking tier of awesome.
And that's before we get to see Gold Mechanicer next week.
Yeah, no, Gold Dash is fucking amazing. It's Gold Dash, more like Goat Dash.
Oh,
that's great.
So I love that we squeezed into this episode not only the trip to Kyoto trope, but also we got to cameo the village that we used to film every Kamen Rider summer movie ever.
They even dress up in feudal era clothing, and I was like, God fucking damn it!
I hate Hotaro's samurai costume so much. The way his hair was tied back was just awful.
Also, did you notice that you could see the line of like where the wig was?
Yeah, and Rene was wearing like a fake wig that made her look partially bald.
Hey, we're cosplaying.
It's not good.
But yeah, I love the teacher showed up, and then like he was starting to fight, and then like again he looked like he flipped the bird, and then he just got knocked into a wall into a pile of trash, and I was like, ha,
yeah,
you suck.
I just want to dunk on Renge for a sec. Apparently, when she did her trip to Kyoto, she got dumped or at least turned down by someone.
All right, and to which I think I need to say this now. What's her real name? That actually Oto Abe.
Oto Abe.
Oh God, she could fix me. Those eyes.
Yeah, he had me look up her age.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
John Toy, put me in contact with her. Come on.
After Geets, we all have to be very careful who we simp for.
We've had to be careful about that since O's, let's be real. We're not having a repeat of the Mizuru incident.
I like him with those big old deer eyes.
I mean, I'm 34 years old, and I'm in the cult of Rika from Gridman, so...
I love that Clotho decides, you know what will really defeat that meddlesome high schooler? Some actual hardened criminals with knives.
and like he literally did the thing where he licked the knife, and we're all saying, "This is my poison blade."
Shouldn't have licked it.
That's the best thing ever. You know what I was kind of hoping, like in that prison car, I was really hoping it was going to be fucking Oja.
Honestly, when the dude walked out for half a second, I thought it was Takumi.
Well, and this also again speaks to like, obviously they're aiming a little younger on this one, but I love how exaggerated the bad guys are.
Yeah,
like he's like,
yeah, we're criminals.
That guy's like basically doing a monster walk, like.
But yeah, so
how risque can I put things on this chat?
Whatever won't get me banned off YouTube.
Okay.
So how about Gotchard being turned into a mech?
That was the raddest shit in the entire fucking episode!
Oh, yeah. We're not talking about that for a second.
Yeah, even though Gotchard made a big fucking deal of, oh no, I left all my cards at home, whatever will I do? Rini decides to wait the longest amount of time before going, oh, by the way, I brought these 2 cards that we've never seen before. Go ahead and use them. And she pulls out Renkin Robo and Yami Bat, and he goes Bat King Robo, which turns into a giant fucking Megazord CGI mech with the driver on the chest. And you know what? It's dumb as fuck, but I love it.
There's an old school like quality to it, like real kid like mecha quality to it. You know what I mean? Like it's more rounded than others.
Let's get this fucker in Kingohger. It had a crown on it.
This is like something Batman would make.
So you know how we just like talked about like that gold Mechanicer set? Making this toy line like the wild forms and make the mech.
Oh, I want a toy of Bat King Robo so bad.
That'd be sick. Oh, what the fuck is that?
I guess that's a Renkin Robo amalgam idea.
But look, it's got an ass for a head.
It's the robot upside down, being held up by the human arms.
He looks like he's suplexing.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's cool. I like that. Is that official or is that fan art? But yeah, Bat King Robo, it's super, super stupid, but I love it, and it's on screen only long enough to shoot its one beam one time, and then Ultraman, boop, 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 and then die.
He's still the best lane, yeah. You got a fist for a face.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that once he runs out of energy, he goes right back to civilian form.
Yeah.
To like base form.
Nobody can see why.
He was trying to not crash into that building. You could tell.
Yeah, and then we cut back to Kachiki not stalking his not girlfriend, who then runs into her probably actual boyfriend, the other of the hardened criminals. Which I guess Clotho was okay with just letting him run free and do whatever.
Because he's going to be the good one with the heart at the end, I guess.
Fucking probably.
It's either boyfriend or brother.
Yeah, that's usually the twist. It's either actual boyfriend or brother.
Oh, also, quick thing. That magazine that they were bonding over, I wonder if that's a real magazine.
Oh, I don't know.
I wonder if it's like a real publication. I really like the cover art. It was cool.
Yeah.
Maybe Toei publishes it or something.
Just Japanese highlights.
Yeah.
It's just like the magazine for occult aficionado weirdos that both Kajiki and Hijiri have apparently published articles in.
Oh, it's kind of
within the same issue too, so that was kind of... I like the little mute cute that was happening with them. I was kind of rooting for Kajiki.
Yeah, which I think they're gonna do that.
Also, he should have just asked for her phone number. It's
Right,
2023,
but
guys.
You gotta take a plunge, guys.
Or at least her Twitter handle.
Why don't we exchange Instagrams?
Do you have MSN Messenger?
Do you have AOL Instant
Will that
Messenger
get you money
chat?
with this?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's a bikini. Sal's about to share some gravure photo of Renge.
My future wife, everybody.
Oh god, not bad.
Ooh, there you go.
Otto.
I get those eyes, man. Those eyes.
You're like no, keep the veil on.
No, that's not Lachesis. That's Renge,
Oh, that's the
money hungry one.
Yeah, the one who's friends with what's his name?
Sabimaru.
Yeah, who they're gonna end up being a couple.
Probably.
I meant to mention this from last week's episode. I like that he's slowly starting to like talk more.
That's what I was saying last week.
Yeah, that was nice.
He absolutely has some sort of character arc to go through, and I'm looking forward to it.
And I'll wait for the moment when like he's like something's happening, and then he just fucking bursts out and yells like something. Like, inspire Hotaro or something.
Let's go, Kamen Rider Isaac with his AI as the belt.
Like, I'm not kidding. Doesn't that look like some terrible Batman merch from the 90s? Like,
what it looks like is something from the Power Rangers movie. Like, that's the same bad CGI as the movie Megazord.
The movie Megazord's worse.
It is worse.
It is worse.
But I see what you're...
But I will say what Ichi was saying before. I do like the Gotcha driver on the chest. That's a nice touch.
Right? That's the cockpit.
And then he remembered he could fly. He's like, all right, I'm a bat.
Bats can fly.
Sevens is asking what the actual Bat King Robo form would look like. Hasn't there been art of what the wild forms look like as the actual suits? Have we seen?
Do we know what the helmet looks like, at least on the card?
Actually, yeah, the back of the cards would show what the helmet looked like at bare minimum.
You know what this also looks like? If, like, in Kingohger, they met, like, is there a Bat Ranger in any of the animal-themed ones? I think,
there's a
Ranger.
Well, Jungle Fury had, like, a Bat Ranger.
Yeah, that was exclusive to it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That was OG.
Yeah. But that's what that looks like. That looks like a Kingohger meets a Bat Zord of some kind.
Yeah, so... I love after the Bat King Robo nonsense happens, and then he like switches back to Steam Hopper because they arrive with the cards. Fucking Jungle Jan over there is like, stop changing forms.
Yeah, they're becoming.
He's like, no, fuck you.
You and your stupid gimmicks.
Stop this. I do love when the monsters take advantage of what's going on to some degree. The best time that's ever happened was in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie when during the greatest morphing sequence ever, the Mooks were like, we're getting out of here.
Yeah, they're standing there staring at the monsters, presumably, as they're morphing, and then as they're finishing, they just look around. Damn, they're gone.
Quick sidebar. I was on a watch stream with Gar last week, and we were just talking, like, what are the best Sentai movies they were talking about? And I said, the best Sentai movie is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie from 95.
It's
and everyone was
there.
like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite Sentai movie is the Tokusatsu Returns Beast Cinema.
That's pretty up there. I will say that good. Akira's henshin in that movie is in my like top 10 favorite like individual henshin sequences.
Can't beat the ooze.
And that theme song is fucking fire.
Oh yeah. But this episode of Gotchard ends once again mid-fight, just like 2 episodes ago. It's annoying.
I'm done with this early show shit. I want more writers. I want more plot, please. Come on.
It's like we can predict. Yeah, it's like we can tell what's going to happen for the most part. It's just we got to wait. We got to put in our time, put in our hours, and wait for it all to kick in.
I mean, we're barely a fifth through the show.
Yeah,
Rita's going to be a writer.
Well, we'll see.
That mass-produced belt, apparently.
And something that I know, like I sort of clicked on, like when we watched these 2 episodes, like Gotchard's, like, you know, I think it's fine, but I will give it this: its best quality is that it's got a humble lightheartedness to it, you know?
Yeah.
Like it understands what it is, and like I think it's playing to that. It's playing that. Yeah, we're having fun. This is a fun Kamen Rider.
It's 100% wholesome. Like I love the wholesomeness, but like it's just
humble. I think is the word.
I think sometimes our main character is a bit too overboard, and I'm like, all right.
You know what? If I had to pick one thing to be nitpicky about, if this is a high school Kamen Rider, there hasn't been enough high school in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, well, except for the plot window.
Yeah.
Well, we got to go to the academy.
We all know Forza is the best for that, so.
Like, I know he's also going to the Alchemist Academy, and we get the scenes we have to get from there of him updating his Pokedex. But, like, if he's a high schooler, there's not nearly enough high school things yet.
Yeah, well, we have the High School of Heroes for that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, one more thing, Ichi. Was it in this episode, the one before, where we saw their fuck off display for all the cards? With like all the blue.
I think it was the previous one because he was updating Sabo Needle on the display.
And I was just saying to Ichi, it's like, Ichi, is that like your dream for your card collection? Like these blue squares?
And my response is, I wouldn't need 10 monitors to show off my Pokedex. These guys just have a lot of shit and not enough to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Rich people.
They are alchemists. They can just create whatever they want with no effort.
One of the big things of alchemy is that it's almost impossible to create gold.
And yet we have Gold Dash.
True.
I like people have been like shitting on Gotchard for its like display of alchemy, where they're like, that's not alchemy.
That's not alchemy at all.
They've clearly, it's like, we never really.
They say it's alchemy, but it's much more Harry Potter-y magic.
Yeah.
Just with like equivalent exchange spin.
It's not always equivalent exchange, though. We've seen parts where they just do whatever out of nothing.
They use like beakers and stuff.
Like Full Metal Alchemist people. They just decided to make that show about alchemy, but with like a more darker approach to it.
I just find it funny that they're just like, that is not the proper way to depict this fictional science. It doesn't exist.
Okay.
But there's rules.
Hear me out on this.
Oh, look, you can buy wall displays of their Pokedex computer screens.
Oh, no. Yes, Lane, sorry.
In this show, we should have, like, an Alphonse, where, like, a character, like, gets, like, killed in, like, an alchemy experiment, but then his soul gets transferred into, like, a rider belt, and then he's able to, like, transfer.
What we need.
So, Krim Steinbelt.
Oh, no.
Sort of. That was an AI. I mean, like, an actual soul.
What we need is a dog and a witch.
No!
No! You shut your mouth. The biggest sin in anime ever committed.
I mean, the greatest scene.
Part in Evangelion.
No, that was
such an idiot. All right. Well, next week is the debut of Gold Mechanicer, aka Big Chunky Golden Boy.
As aka me.
I can't fucking wait. It's the best Gotchard form. It's the best Gotchard form.
I still like Needlehawk.
Oh, also the magician form was cool, but
freaking...
Yeah, Dokiri Shovel.
With the excavator hands.
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, Ichi, don't lie. You would totally wear this outfit in FF14.
The hat, for sure. In fact, I'm sure I have worn hats like that in FF14, but, like, the shovel hands really fucking ruin it.
Also, Ichi, congratulations on getting your Fall Guys clown. I'm proud of you.
Just so you know, I didn't actually get the crown in the actual Fall Guys minigame. I just lost enough times that I could buy the crown with the points.
Up next on Mori, we're going to meet a man who has excavators for hands. How do you feel?
My life is awful! All right, take us in, Linford.
Ogai Buzo.
All right, so what would everyone like to say about last week's episode?
To quote Groundskeeper Willie, I told you he'd be back.
I thought you were about to go into Agent Stone.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, he's back. I'm
Nothing
so
of note
happy.
happened.
I knew it. I held on to held on to hope, as Kevin did with fucking Takatora and Gaim. I knew Hercules would come back, and he came back more badass than ever somehow.
He upgraded to blue.
Do you know what would be sick? If he fucking gets like a new Okuagata Oger form incorporated with the mask in like his design.
That'd be cool.
Sick.
That is actually.
Yeah, I even changed my profile picture on Discord to the new Hercules design.
The mask
was so
silly.
Yeah,
I fucking love the mask.
My thing about the mask is, like, it's a cool looking mask, and I'm loving the Char Aznavour vibe.
Yeah, that's the one thing I didn't think of when I talked about it last week.
But why in God's name does a mask that has no mouthpiece over it
have breathing sounds?
Yeah, and give him like robot voice.
Yeah,
the robot voice I could live with because Batman does.
Why is he suddenly RoboCop?
But yeah, like why did then he completely dropped that too, which was interesting. But it was awesome, and like I really enjoyed that.
They did. They had the nerve to have him coming down from the back, and you just hear heavy breathing sounds. And I'm just like, really?
I also wasn't expecting, like, I didn't know that, like, they were gone for 6 months, and then, like, Yanma's like, oh, yeah, no, space and relativity and shit. And I was like, oh, yeah.
They straight up did an Interstellar, and I guess they really did confirm it is 2 planets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, like, I love that little joke, because at first we didn't understand, but it makes sense. When they get back and Dagdad's like, hey, if you catch the former kings, you get their kingdom.
You get to be a noble.
Yeah. So everyone chases after them except for Jeremy and Rita.
Yep.
And I love how Jeremy's like, what the hell? But when you think about it, it's like they have the worst kingdoms.
Yeah.
Like, why would they?
Gokon is a snowy hellhole and Bugnarok is an underground snowy hellhole.
With bugs.
Orb has a good point. He's more machine now than Oja.
I wonder if that is what they're gonna go with. That like he did fall off the cliff, sustain massive injuries, and now he's cyborg.
Yeah,
maybe.
I can't
Cyber
brother. And Doug Dimmadome has already won. We only hope. Yeah, here's Luke Skywalker, everyone.
Yay. Oh,
he did ascend to power from being a peasant.
I absolutely do love how much Doug Dead Dimmadome has caught on, even in the fandom.
I love it. I love it. Shugo Kuwagata.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say Jerry's idea for his new form is cool. Shugo Kuwagata Oger.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it wasn't in the news, but someone can post a picture. Apparently, there was a King-Ohger stage show where there was an evil form for Gira, Jaku Kuwagata Oger, and it looks like some sort of like Venom power up kind of thing. And we
spouted in. Well, what if Hercules had that instead?
Which means he would be Jaku O Kuwagata Oger. And I'm like, longest Sentai form name ever, maybe?
I'm in. What other?
Take that picture and Photoshop it gray.
That's easy.
One other thing I loved from the previous episode was when they got back, they all just start doing their slow walk, and Jeremy's like the most like playing it up.
Yeah, he's like waving to people.
Like, hey.
But the funniest part about him waving to people is we as the audience hadn't seen yet that there was anyone standing there.
So it really just looked like he was doing that for the lulz, like for the audience. Like, we're back.
And then like the next shot, you finally see the people standing there.
I was also making the joke that like, imagine like the twist of this whole thing is, because it starts with a narration every time, and so they say. So at the very last episode, it's going to pull back, and turns out that Jeremy is pitching this to a studio for the next Sentai, and they go, nah.
So they're gonna pull an end of build shit where in the new
I don't like bug pictures.
Recordings.
Yep, I fucking love that. Actually, that was a nice twist.
But I will say I loved Himeno last episode because like everyone's all like, oh fuck, we gotta get our king back, and she's like, fuck that, I want my sacred jewelry back.
Yeah.
One of the things what you were saying with the elf like symbolism there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very The Hobbit.
And then we had another absolute Himeno flex moment where the episode opens with everyone from the other countries just fucking leaving. Like, they're not even going to finish listening to Hercules talk about his plan. Yanma, Rita, Himeno, and Kaguragi just fucking bail with no conversation on screen.
It's so good.
And then the next time we see Himeno on screen, yeah, I've already taken my country back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
cool.
I still maintain that that's the villain. Like,
I will say it is possible because Kamejin was the one presiding over Ishibana, and let's remember he was a shapeshifter.
Oh,
it could be. Right. Although looking at the preview for next week's episode, maybe not.
Well, we'll see.
Unless Kamejin really wants to marry a prince.
Oh, and who was it who took over Gokon?
Gorma.
Gorma and Rita are actually bonded over their love of Mofun. That's what I'm calling.
Yeah, she's gonna get him into Mofun.
Yeah, like Himeno's apparently already taken back Ishibana, and then we cut to Rita, who's like rounding up the escaped prisoners in Gokon.
All 5 of them.
I was going to say, Rita hasn't even started. She's just off rounding up prisoners.
That could be it, actually.
It could be.
Yeah, she's legit like, this country's already fucking worthless. So
I don't need the building. I just need them back in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, Ichi probably loved this episode a lot because it's a heavy Yanma episode.
Oh, man.
Heavy Yanma episode. I didn't think this man could be more of a badass motherfucker, but god damn it, Yanma just keeps fucking doing it.
So yeah, we get more of Yanma's backstory. So after he was on his own, apparently Shiokara and the 3 nerds used to be mafia dudes who just like counterfeited money.
Enforcers. Like
the other 3.
Yeah.
It was the whole gang was there.
We even had the 3rd dude who had the gloves on his shoulders even back then, who was missing for a couple episodes before.
I wonder what that really was. Like you were saying, maybe just the actor couldn't.
The actor was probably just not available for filming that week, but they made a gag out of it.
We're going to talk about Yanma's decision by the end of this, but you know who else we got to give credit to before we get into that whole plot point? I guess Durga is like officially Duga is officially strongest human because he clung onto the back of the goddamn.
Oh my god, he should be dead!
Right, like through the freezing. Like that was on the tarantula, right?
Yeah,
like through the freezing Gokon, going how fucking fast.
Oh my god,
he's the Krillin of this universe.
That shit was so fucking funny.
He had to tell them what happened.
Mm-hmm. He is committed.
He is the goodest boy.
But yeah, so we'll talk about Yanma's backstory and then get into what actually happens in this episode. So apparently, Yanma, just for fun, not even to like turn them in for the sake of justice, but just to prove that he could, built a device that detects counterfeit money and use it to fuck up the operations of this mafia who had apparently taken over Enkosopa since the previous king vanished. And by the way, I love that the country was still called Enkosopa even before the technology was a thing.
What does that mean again?
It's the word pasokon with the characters flipped backwards because pasokon means personal computer. So literally the company is the word computer backwards.
Okay, you know what this might mean? It is that Futurama thing where they built themselves up, got all destroyed.
Yeah.
And now we built ourselves up, and what happens?
It's the fucking Alligans again! That's an F-14 joke.
You fucking cracked it. Like, Yama's just sitting there with his computer, and he's like, hey, I gotta fix this Enkosopa country problem. Looks at the word, flips it.
My God.
That's how he figures it out. He's like,
he's got it up on a whiteboard. There's like a mirror behind him. He turns around. He's
thinking, Charlie with the blackboard and the whiteboard.
Oh, it's like he's like,
got it, guys.
He does a fucking
Pepe and Kosopa.
Pepe and Kosopa. That's the name of the episode.
Okay.
Pepe and Kosopa. Yanma. He's a real person. Oh no, he isn't. No, he isn't. I have failed. He doesn't exist.
So Shiokara and the nerds bring Yanma to their mafia boss, just some dude who just took over.
Oh my god! And this guy, like his look, he had the fedora, he had the pinstripe suit, he had a dog pauldron. This guy looked like he belonged in the One Piece show.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you said he looked like Garp.
He was his left hand.
They didn't even give him a name. He was just like their boss.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Yanma goes on about how like we're gonna rebuild this country through the power of technology. Soon people are gonna not need physical money anymore. People will learn how to exchange money over the internet.
I'm calling it Bitcoin. Is that joke relevant?
We're gonna build this country back up one block at a time through the power of Minecraft.
You call them Inko Sobucks.
Oh my god. But yeah, he like through the power of his raw charisma manages to win over Shiokara and the nerds who just follow him out.
Well, they beat the shit out of him first, though.
Oh yeah.
That just gave me like that scene from the Broly abridged movie, just Vegeta. Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
But that's so fucking stupid.
It's so stupid.
He's
so cool.
I will say, like, I was actually like so taken by that moment where he just like walks past them and goes, "We're gonna rebuild this country. We're gonna bring it," and then he points to the sky, to the top. And the entire flashback up to that point has been drenched in this monocolor filter. And then for one brief second, Yanma is shown in full glorious color. And oh my god, mwah,
Yeah,
love that.
There's good filmmaking going on in this, like, in Kingohger. It's something I appreciate about it.
Yanma's a badass.
Oh man, yeah. And then Shiokara goes full Yanma-kun!
Oh yeah, his acting was so good, so good.
That was glorious.
I like that thing too they did when they were like going to the future. You just saw like
there's like a shot of the event, the future Enkosopa Tower. That was beautiful.
It was a very good Yanma episode for sure. I did like when we were in modern day Enkosopa, like how they were practicing their martial arts was like breaking computers.
Yeah, because Hirubiru had hypnotized them all to break every computer in the country.
But I also like, I think this was the joke when they tried to like do it on like VHS tapes, it just didn't work.
Those were hard drives.
Oh, was that what that was?
Yeah.
I thought those were like VHS.
That was like the discs in each of the hard drives snapping because he did that thing where he like chopped karate boards.
I mistook that.
I'm guessing she was just getting them to destroy all the computers so she could destroy the top computer somehow.
Yeah, they were.
Has to be the top computer, and then Yanma's just being like, "Yeah, I have it, you fucking dumb bitch."
Yeah, so it turns out that junky laptop Yanma carries around with him all the time held the lifeline to every computer system in Enkosopa.
And I thought this guy was supposed to be smart.
I
don't think you should have the literal thing keeping your city from falling apart on one computer.
On your person.
Yanma's a badass, and it's safest in his hands.
That's what I think they were going for.
I guess.
I mean, let's be real. The only reason it got destroyed was because of his decision, which we'll get into in a bit.
Yeah.
So technically,
like from a Sentai point of view, yes, it works 100%. But from a "are you fucking kidding me" point of view,
this is Yanma.
This would be like if you like stole like the mayor of Toronto's phone, the CN Tower falls over.
It kind of has that energy, yeah. But yeah, so we see that all of Enkosopa got hacked and hypnotized by Hirubiru because 90% of the nerds in Enkosopa are all wearing headphones all of the time.
Mm-hmm. So we got a message. there is between this and the high school heroes a bit of a get off your phone once in a while message.
Yeah,
like,
weird.
Hey, it's a good message.
Yeah, and then
was it this episode where the thing happened with Kagaragi, or was that?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they confront Hirubiru in the street in Enkosopa, and Kagaragi just goes in full melee and tries to attack her, and then gets quote unquote hypnotized. And then we just get one of the greatest moments of Kagaragi ever, where we just discover that it just doesn't fucking work on him.
He's that full of shit.
I would betray even myself.
Like, there's not even an actual reason for it. It's just he's so Kagaragi that he can't be brainwashed.
It's just impossible.
This guy belongs in Game of Thrones.
He really does. I'm really half expecting him to just say, like, "Oh yes, chaos is a ladder."
House Dabowski.
House Dabowski.
Yo.
Yeah, and their symbol would just be a bee, a hornet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Beesbury.
Yo, someone make that a shirt. Fucking House Kabowski.
There's got to be like some Game of Thrones Kingohger fan art by this point. There has to be.
I'll get that made for you.
Beware our sting.
Oh,
You know what else?
That might be actually in Game of Thrones. Actually.
You know what else it could be? A much simpler explanation as to why brainwashing didn't work on him. Vegan superpowers.
You may be right, actually. You may be right.
yeah.
I mean, we all know vegans get powers.
You're right.
So
Scott Pilgrim anime coming soon.
But okay, like I understand what they're going for, but it just when it happened twice in one episode, it did kind of make Hirubi's power seem a little like they're lacking at this point. Because what happens?
So Shiokara manages to resist it at first because he's just got earplugs in him.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, she pounces on him the second he takes them out and gets
which was actually
hypnotized.
kind of neat because wasn't that when Yanma went into the room? That's why he took them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
hey, boss, what's up?
that leads to what happened later too with Yanma. Why he probably made that decision because that was his fault to begin with.
Yeah, he took ownership of what he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get to what I think is the most powerful scene in the episode. Hirubiru hypnotizes Shiokara, tells him to destroy Yanma's laptop, and he resists it purely through the power of his bond with Yanma, to the point where he tries to punch him, doesn't, and then just starts grabbing the lie detector helmet and zapping himself with it by saying he's going to destroy the laptop when he knows he won't. And this gets to the point where he's ready to kill himself to save Yanma and the country.
Puts on the lightning hat.
Yeah, fuck.
And like they cue his fucking insert theme. We get more of the flashback that we already talked about. And like it's kind of sad. Like Shiokara is ready to die.
Yeah.
And Yanma seemingly is just gonna let him. And we're just watching Yanma be stoic there. But then as he's about to do it the third time, at the last second, Yanma decides to make a change. Yanma decides to save his friend, his retainer, his follower.
He gives a shit.
And he slams his laptop down, and in the most powerful scene in the show that I've seen to date, just slashes his laptop in half, arguably dooming his entire country for the sake of his one friend.
You know what this reminded me of? This reminded me of that scene from the fucking Forza Wizard movie where Gentaro just fucking like threw the belt in like a lava pit, and it was just like he's just like, I don't need a belt to help you.
It kind of has that energy. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's badass.
And I was just like, holy shit.
It was like
on this man.
It's also like based off what we see later too. It shows that like he is willing to do that for his friend. But I also I think that does fit with Yanma's character. How we can always rebuild. We can do it again. Like, but you can't be brought back.
I did not realize that destroying this computer turned Enkasopa into like a Mad Max wasteland.
That was weird, yeah.
Yeah, like we cut a shot later to Shiokara waking up, and like it looks like a completely different country.
It looks like a nuke went off. Like,
yeah,
that's what it like.
And they didn't really show us the transition of what actually happened. Like, did actual destruction happen? Did things explode? Did Hirubiru do all this? Or the theory I like to employ, I like the idea that everything we saw on Enkosopa up till now was merely a hologram, and these were the true buildings underneath them the whole time.
Yes, I'm like, it's like one of those things in like a bad like James Bond movie. It's like, why is destroying the thing making everything explode?
Although. What?
No, you know what happened? I'm sorry. After Yanma and Shiokara did that, it was like they were looking out. We did it. We saved the city.
Cut to fire and death and screaming in the streets.
It's so funny.
But I will say,
you know what? I'm just thinking. Sorry, Ichi. I'm just thinking. You know what? It's just the scene from Terminator 2 when you see like the entire world get nuked.
True.
There you go. That's the live footage of Enkasopa.
One thing I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't think of is what Kaguya pointed out in our chat. Jeremy was right there. He could have made a fake copy of the laptop.
Hey, wait a minute.
We did it with the Crown Lance.
But we need the heart. We need the heart.
Yeah, we need Yanma to have give a shit.
He could have done it without Yanma knowing.
I think
I love he lost his shit too to him. He's like, but everything like is gone.
Let's remember that Yanma built the country up from zero already once. He can do it again.
We can do it again. Yep. And as we all know, when buildings explode, people don't die, so it's fine.
It was Sunday.
It was fine.
It was Sunday.
It was, in fact, Sunday morning in Japan.
He just again, he's like, hey, how are we going to rebuild Enkasopa? Looks at the word flipped, flips it back over. There we go.
It's the first thing you do.
It's right there all along.
Yeah, very very good Yanma episode with a really fun Dabowski moment.
Although,
also, I was about to say, I'm so sorry.
If there was going to be any episode to finally have the stock Tombo Ohger henshin sequence, it would have been this episode. But alas, no, I am denied once again.
It was such good build-up.
It would have been great.
A quick, far-away shot of him transforming.
You could say that they left you with blue balls.
Trust me, Ichi. I'm mad for you. I'm mad on your behalf.
That would have been great. At this point, why not?
Yeah.
With you, man.
What they gave us for that henshin was pretty epic, though. The glowing color and flowing cape in the wind after he transformed was really good.
I want Ichi to buy more Kingohger stuff.
I want him to feed into my addiction.
Yeah.
Give me just the Tombo Ohger stock henshin and I'll buy DX Kingohger. How about that?
The last episode also did have a bit of a almost like okay, shut up. We got both of them.
Yeah, last week they shoved in both Kuwagata Ohger stock henshins we already have, and I'm like, thanks for the reminder.
Which, between that and all the dancing, I feel like that episode was running short.
Yeah.
I spent half of last week's episode thinking, stop that samba!
Agreed, the dancing was cringe as fuck. Nothing in Kyoto was that cringe.
I loved the mech dancing. That was so cool.
Of course you did.
Burger mark for my friend.
Kyoryuger's gimmick. What more do you want?
They never danced like that with the Megazord in Kyoryuger unless I blanked that out of my brain, which is entirely possible.
Because he's Laneford, he's the king of cringe.
No, I'm not king cringe.
You're pretty cringe.
So next week's episode, 2 episodes after it's been 6 months, we're back to the planet. All of the countries are in ruin. Shugadam is thick with excess and overindulgence. You know what episode it's time for? Himeno to get married to a prince who comes out of nowhere.
He's finally getting married.
Look at all these presents.
I saw in the preview, fucking Yanma tries to jump on this opportunity, because of course he does.
Oh, does the show finally remember that Yanma had a thing for Himeno? I'm so happy!
There was also a shot of Himeno sitting next to Rita, so I don't think she wants to.
No, that's what I was about to say. But also, no, Ichi, that's why Yanma dyed his hair blonde, because Himeno.
You know, if they actually explicitly say that, I will accept that.
But I think that's also fun to be just a sort of a background, Easter eggy thing.
I'm also interested to see there was a shot of Himeno fighting Kamejim, so it looks like we're not entirely taken back. You know what I mean?
We'll see what happens.
You know what? That's my headcanon. Yanma literally dyed his hair blonde just so he could have because maybe he thinks Himeno likes blondes. So who knows?
Because let's face it, the core of Himeno's thing is that you expect her to be vapid. You expect her to be...
There's a surprising amount of depth to her.
Yes. And it's not even depth. She is a genuinely competent person a lot.
Oh, yeah.
She's selfish as fuck, but god damn it, is she good at it.
Yes. She's the Cheryl Blossom of this group.
The Discord suggests that the shiny new prince that we see in the preview is just Kamejim in disguise, and that's absolutely likely.
I mean, obviously,
100%.
Obviously, this isn't where they were going to go, but this, I could smell a 7th Ranger out of this in another show.
No,
you know?
No, you know what?
But
this
I
is
doubt
gonna
it.
Be?
Highly.
This is gonna be.
Yeah.
This is gonna be. No, this is going to be that moment from Reboot My Two Bobs where Dot's about to marry fucking Bob and then just turns into fucking Megabyte.
No, you know how this is going to end? Himo's gonna be there in front of all her suitors. I don't know the new guy's name, and Yanma and Rita. And then in typical Himeno fashion, she's like, I'll marry all of you.
It's my country.
One bride. Two brides.
I'm marrying Mo.
No, she does the Cusco thing where she's like, no, yikes.
Let me guess. You have a great personality.
Lose the bangs and we'll talk.
And let me guess, you have a
great personality.
That is savage.
Wow.
Only David Spade could get away with that too.
Is Sebastian
David Spade as Himeno?
Is Sebastian the theme song guy?
Yeah.
An enigma and a mystery in Ishaban and history.
I'm only 25. Please help me, God!
You gotta record that song, Ichi.
That was Tom Jones is the theme song guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so good episode. I think next week's gonna be a fucking fun, hilarious one because Kingohger, when they do humor, they nail it.
I feel like we're not focusing where we should narratively, but okay, we'll see where this goes.
It is weird that they're just pulling out a marriage pact episode.
Can we talk about the fact that Kaguragi's sister has gone full evil?
That we know.
I don't know what to think. Like, is this a triple cross, or does she actually love Heracles?
That was my first thought. Because I'm watching her act evil, and I'm like, oh no, this is terrible. I like her. But then the words, she's a Kaguragi, flew through my head.
Right.
And I went, I cannot take anything she does at face value.
Here's the thing, though. During the Kyoryuger arc, while she was completely on her own, she still had a Heracles kind of bit to her in that one scene where the ring activates the spaceship mode. So I'm like, maybe she really does love Heracles.
Or maybe it's like...
But then what the fuck was that bit where she pulled the sword out like she was gonna stab him?
Tsundere. Or maybe it's like in Community when
maybe she's the one who dragged his corpse out.
Maybe it's like in Community where, like, when the dean just said yes to every scheme, and at a certain point you're not on anyone's side.
She just wants to be included.
You're just doing random shit. Like, it could be it. Yandere.
I don't know. I can't read Suzume well anymore. I don't know what the fuck's happening. But that's what she wants.
I'll make an honest woman out of her. Not really, gross.
There's no part of her that's an honest woman.
She'll sting you.
Oh,
maybe I can fix her.
Oh, okay.
If Otoabe can fix me.
She fixes me, and then you fix Suzume, and we'll have a throuple.
Ultimate throuple. Let's go.
And I'll just be sitting there with Kaguragi.
Yo.
All right, feature topic time.
How was this shit?
Tonight on a very special episode of the High School Heroes.
First, I want to bring up something. Can we all agree that Ichika is the best character in the show?
Ichika was adorable.
He's the very wonderful.
So fucking sweet. I love her. She had so much growth. So
much I should have seen this coming. I should have seen this all coming, but I genuinely didn't expect we would get an actual, genuine transgender coming out episode.
It's like full on. Like, I wasn't kidding with the whole on a very special episode.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the rest of the show. Is it like, have you?
Yeah, we watched the previous episodes.
Is it like this serious?
No, not really. It's been so the idea is that the red guy is like an actual Sentai otaku, and he just like gets the idea of forming this club at his school where we be heroes, and then through some random coincidental bullshit, they just get apps on their phones that let them transform. And then, of course, the evil administrative staff at the school are through another completely unrelated coincidence just happen to be an actual evil organization peppering the school with monsters.
Sorry, the faculty. Yeah, like I looked into this because I never heard of this. Like, I haven't seen the other.
This was produced by Toei, so it's something similar to Akiba Ranger.
Exactly, but this feels, and from what I read, this is more of a drama with like Sentai trappings.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
Yeah,
like it helps that like I think this was shot on film because it looks softer. Like it looks more like a lot more like use of camera angles and like.
And as you also looked up, all 6 main characters are in an actual boy band.
Yeah, called Bishonen.
Bishonen. Yeah, absolutely not subtle at all.
Not
a single bit.
I'm surprised the name was available.
Like, guy, we can actually use that.
We call ourselves hot guy.
Yeah, that's literally what that word means.
We get this whole scene where like Ichika's in the hospital with Hana, and just like she's unconscious, but she's decided to like open up to her, being like, you know, I just like it felt right to like be this hero and stuff like that, but like, you know, I feel like I'd taken away that chance from you, and like I understand if you're completely mad at me about this, and I promise I will not transform into Momohero again.
Yeah, Ichika, I don't think the comatose high schooler can respond to anything you're saying or asking right now.
It led to like, and I understand like in universe, like obviously that's a big thing to say anytime, anywhere. But they said I've only ever told Hana, and I was like, well, you didn't really tell her.
She was unconscious. I don't think we count those.
No, like so, like it leads to that question of when Hana wakes up. Wait, they came out?
Yeah, it felt more like the energy of like Ichika was practicing coming out.
Yeah. Again, like this felt very emotionally fraught. Obviously, like that's a big deal.
And she's also said that the only one she's actually come out to was Hana. So.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Like
that's what we're talking about.
She came out to Hana, but
while they were unconscious.
So I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
It counts to Ishika, but not to Hana as well.
Yeah. So I'm sure I was not the only one to absolutely predict immediately that the Majin of the week was Chikasugi.
Oh yeah, like that was. No, you think this guy's the bad guy?
Smiley?
Yeah.
No shit.
Absolutely.
And to be fair, the episode didn't really like try to hide that, because immediately when he turned his back to the students, you just get that like dark look and that sting.
Yeah.
Like
it's like, oh gee, I wonder if he's a monster of the week.
Yeah, like that other teacher they were suspecting, he looked like Daigo from fucking Karuja with like
no.
Stash.
You know, for a sec I thought it was Kaito, like from Zenkaiger, but I looked it up. That's Nada.
Like Nada from
Ryu Soldier. The teacher they suspected, Kazami, is played by the actor who played Nada in Ryu Soldier.
Oh my fucking god!
So this is where he went.
He's in Miami.
It was also sad too, because with Ishika, like when we saw that little flashback with the backpacks.
No son of mine will have a pink backpack.
Yeah, like you get that. Oh, they're like enforcing the gender roles and all that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it was a better backpack because it was black.
I like how Ichika's father was just Japanese John Goodman.
Yeah, like that guy. Like, what a look.
Oh, like the typical thing where
it's like Japanese for horses. They make it look like I can walk.
Sorry, Lane, say that again.
Like, it's just like, and then like, you know, he comes home for dinner and like it's like the typical thing where like the wife's like, oh, can I get you a beer, honey? And he's like, yup.
Ichika's dad was Red Falcon.
What?
He let himself go.
Oh dear. It's called aging, man. It's called aging.
Age gets us all.
We're all doing it our own way.
I used to be able to wear a DX double driver with no fucking problem, no straps or modifications. Now I can't.
Now you're living that relationship life, 3 square meals a day.
Yeah. So this episode makes a big deal about like, oh, pinks are supposed to be female and such. And then, of course, we get Momohero's proper debut.
Yeah.
And I looked up when the show came out, and it was 2021. So I think technically this did precede Kiji Brother.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I looked up on the wiki. Apparently, like, at least in, like, you know, Toei, like, this is the first, like, trans ranger.
Yeah,
like,
that too.
Yeah. Which that's... Yeah. It is kind of like... Look, wonderful like representation, but we are kind of doubling down on only women can be pinks.
What did you guys think of the suits?
Okay, too much blue. I'm sorry, but way too much blue.
Especially on blue. I hate that it's like this dark blue with like a light blue, and I'm like,
I understand. As someone who is the bluest boy trademark, I fully understand the thought about the suit.
Otherwise, I actually kind of dig the suits. Like, I like the helmets quite a bit. Like, I like the name thing on them. I just feel like there was a way to do this without... Like, blue should not be the dominant color. Like, it's so what you notice first.
Yeah.
You know? You have to really look to see, oh, that's red, oh, that's pink, oh, that's yellow.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a close-up shot of one of them.
Or you're, like, seeing their legs mostly.
I was actually wondering that if the actor playing Ishika is also trans in real... I don't know, so...
I don't know.
But...
But
Jerry just confirmed she is. So.
I just think it's kind of hilarious / unfortunate question mark that the Pink Ranger's helmet has a big pink phallic symbol on its forehead, on its head. I know that's I for Ichika, but let's be real. You look close enough, it looks like a dick.
Oh my god, really? No. I'm looking at the chat. The science teacher, the smiling one, he was Maji Red.
What?
Yeah.
That was Kai?
That was Kai? No way.
Hold on, I'm looking that up.
Or the interwebs.
Shit. The last time we saw him was in the Wizard movie. He was like one of the high guards.
We're gonna have to do some digging here.
Yeah, we're looking that up.
That'd be interesting to get.
Well,
yeah. Also, we saw Flint again from Sentai.
Yeah, hi Flint. Not happy to see you.
Not seeing it on his profile.
They try to recruit her. They try to recruit her to be like Momohero, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that. It was too traumatic for me." And like the Red just goes like, "Well, that's why you'd be perfect for it."
Oh yeah, Atsushi Hashimoto. That is him.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Yeah, given that Magic Ranger, he was 16, so
wow,
he was young.
Oh, my back.
But I always say it's bullshit. So I always say it's bullshit because like he was 16 years old, but his suit actor was Seiji Takaiwa. So I'm like, yeah, right. There's a 16-year-old boy in that fucking suit.
It was a Justin situation.
Again, it's like it's a Shazam where like the power makes you your most prime physical self.
I mean,
guys, I'm the new Red Maji Ranger.
Isn't that great or what?
The suit actor was also Seiji Takaiwa, so I also was just like,
Yep.
Anyways, so yeah, and I like that Flint's actor was like, oh, I don't want to be a ranger, and I was like, yeah, you'll be one in the stage show later.
I kind of laughed when Taisei was like, "But we saved you. You owe us." That is really not cool.
Yeah.
No, but then he realized he's like, oh, I fucked up, and like I like that he's a dumbass, but like he realizes when he says like something insensitive.
Yeah,
so.
which makes him vastly more self-aware than most Red Rangers.
Which I was saying, I think that's the point. That there is a self-awareness to everything here.
There's kind of a like self-aware parody element to the tropes of Sentai, slightly interjected into the show.
Well, like didn't they literally say, okay, you Blue, you do the research, and we're gonna go out and maybe find some trouble.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of like everyone in this team has their own individual weapon except for Yellow, who's the strong one, so he doesn't have a weapon. He just throws barrels.
He just Donkey Kongs it.
But he's King Hero, a key hero, so yeah, that could be a pun on like physical strength kind of thing.
Could be.
Yeah. I love they spend this whole episode trying to like figure it out who like Sunmask Majin is, and I'm just sitting here like it's the teacher.
We all know.
It's a situation where the audience knows what the characters don't.
Oh, also,
sitting here like, come on, guys, it's obvious.
I really like Sunmask. Like that's a cool monster design. That
the
looks
Sun
like
Halo Majin.
Yeah, that looks like something out of Dark Souls.
It was. I like his weapon. That was cool. And then he just has the dumbest attacks. Sunshine attack!
But what was their attack?
Their attacks aren't much better.
They get the hose.
They literally pull a giant hose on him.
It didn't look like it was connected to anything either.
No, it was connected to the water tower that Hyuga was standing on.
It's totally not going to be the 6th.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's funny too because the Majin that we got last time before the Sun one was like a yo-yo, so he was like two people.
Yeah, there was a brief flashback where Flint's actress got her voice stolen by the yo-yo Majin.
Oh, sorry. Going back for a second to Kingohger, I just remembered when Dabowski showed that he was full of shit about being hypnotized. I just love that he suplexed fucking.
Oh yeah,
Billy. That just snapped into my head. I wanted to bring it up. Sorry, back to this.
So you guys got to be introduced to the idea of Taisei, who may or may not be hallucinating Aka Ranger in his house.
Okay, so that was interesting. Like, one, I understand that he's meant to be a genuine fan of Sentai.
Yeah.
Obviously, mostly that one.
Yeah.
Like, looking at his because we saw his collection, there was a bit of other stuff too, but it's
mostly Go Ranger.
Yeah, like, it was very heavy on that. And, like, when he shows up at the dinner, he's looking at this guy in a way like, Mom, do you see this?
Yeah,
like,
and there's no reaction from her.
So it's like, this is all in my head. I am going crazy.
If I remember, there were in previous episodes, there was some evidence in like the way he interacted with him that suggested that he was actually there.
Well, I think he
but it's not really clear.
I think what they're going to turn out to be, that's the one who gave them the powers. Like, the spirit of Sentai lives on through them.
That's kind of what they could gravitate towards.
Does he tend to show up when Red is trying to figure something out? And
it's like whenever Taisei's in his home trying to figure something out, a Go Ranger will show up, or Aka Ranger will show up and like give him the advice he needs.
I think that's meant to be a visual manifestation
of his thought process.
Because he applies Sentai logic to things.
Yeah.
And that's just... For him, that's Sentai logic personified.
But he's so surprised when he sees him there, it looks like.
I think it's because he's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Like, I think literally, like, something is physically appearing to him. It's not just his head. Like,
it could be just like he has such a unique mind that like he's actually smarter than he realizes.
Maybe. Oh, but I can't be smart. I'm a Red Ranger.
That's why he's become so self-aware and realizes he said a bad thing.
Oh. I looked up the voice of Aka Ranger in High School Heroes. I'm going to give you one guess to whose voice is him.
Aka Ranger?
I don't know.
Tomokazu Seki.
Of course, it's Tomokazu Seki.
Good old Seki.
That's what they get.
He's a very prolific voice actor. He's in a lot of shit.
He's the most of the
He was Keybot.
Yeah, he's the voice of the Morpher in Gokaiger.
Oh, okay.
No, Keybot wasn't him. That was
Keybot was Tomokazu Sugita. I love that man.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Kyon from Haruhi.
Yeah.
Tomokazu Sugita is one of my favorite voice actors.
Yep.
He also voices Trong in Grand Blue Fantasy. All right.
So like eventually, they're talking about like trying to figure out who's gonna be Momohero, and then like they go like, what about Ichika?
Well, like,
Ichika?
I love how they like do that though. Like they say, "Hey, we gotta go through all the clubs." And
I want you, random art girl, to be Momohero. What the fuck are you talking about?
You were so uncomfortable.
Please stop touching me.
Oh yeah, that made me like physically cringe when he just grabbed her shoulder. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a no-no.
Yeah.
Ichika's like, it's 2023. Stop.
Like, it was 2021.
Yeah.
World wasn't.
Well, the world. All bets are off. It was 2021.
It's like the equivalent. Like if I was at work and someone put like a dish in like the wrong area, and then I just grabbed them and put them up against the wall and was just like, that doesn't go there. Like that would not be acceptable. That
girl that they met, the one with all the berets in her hair.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, holy shit. It's like an art
club.
Yeah, like from a distance, I thought like to me it looked like, remember in Liar Liar, that woman with the weird hair?
You like the new dress? Whatever takes the focus off your head.
I was trying to remember that.
Bro, I can probably quote that whole movie.
He knows that movie by heart.
Anyway, so like, okay, so was that like, Lane? I think you were talking about that earlier, but was that where the insults came when Ishika can't be the?
Yeah, because like he was like, oh, our requirements for Momohero is it needs to be a girl and it needs to be someone sensitive and have good insight.
And I love how they all kind of just agreed. Yeah, we're all kind of boneheads.
We're all meatheads. Wait, doesn't Ichika have all the things we're looking for?
Plus something else.
Yeah.
I was about to say, and also a penis.
Can't be pink.
I love also her sketch that she made of like her defending Hana.
That was a good sketch, actually.
You know what it also could, like, this could have been so, because again, this is a drama, right? It could have been like you know, Buddy, what's his name, Red?
Taisei.
Taisei is like, you know, he really likes the idea of being a Sentai team.
Yeah.
You know, quite often Red and Pink get together. So, like, I think that's what he's also kind of looking for.
Yeah.
But then he realized.
I didn't get that energy from it all.
Ichika's looking over at what's Red's name?
Taisei.
It's just Taisei. It's just after a couple of episodes, just Ichika looking over at Taisei. There's something sweet.
No, see, the thing is, from watching Taisei in previous episodes, Taisei is so absolutely single-mindedly dedicated to the idea of forming this Sentai as a club. He doesn't even think about romance. He's that kind of boneheaded Red Ranger.
Okay. I can dig it.
No, but I also noticed in this episode in particular, he's trying to base the team based off of Go Ranger.
Exactly.
Like, yellow's the strong one. Yeah. So he's like, no, pink has to be a woman.
Yeah, no, that's always been the thing. He's trying to form his own Go Ranger to the point where at the end of the episode, it's like, we're finally assembled, us 5 Go Rangers. I mean, high school heroes.
I was about to say, it's like,
bring out the football.
And they try to do the football attack.
Yep.
What are we? Some sort of the high school heroes?
What are we? Some kind of Sentai squad?
So eventually, like they confront Smiley, and they're like, "Oh, we know you're the monster," and he's just like, "It's like you hide that smile around everyone." It's like you don't just like hate them, you hate yourself more. And he's like, "Yeah," and then like he goes to attack them, but then like Ichika comes.
I fucking love the imagery of when they're walking in to confront Chikasugi, and you just see that shot of him writing on the board, his shadow projected on the chalkboard.
Yeah, no, I was saying this was shot very well. Like there's some really like cinematic shots going on in this, more than you see in your usual Sentai.
Which is especially great because he's the sun Majin, so the sun will cast a shadow.
They also like play that up too because like there's a heat wave going on. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like hot and like fans and shit.
You can tell by the large amount of sound of cicadas.
God, I love it.
So they confront Chikasugi and start the fight, and that's when they pull the giant fucking hose on him.
Give him the hose.
I like also like the other student who's kind of like orchestrating everything.
Hyuga, yeah.
It's like super. Yeah, he gets super pissed off, and he's like about to like throw his phone. He's like, "No,
no, I need that.
I must maintain composure."
I also did love when they did their attacks on each other, like Sunfire or whatever, and like
they start shouting. They start shouting their attacks off screen.
Yeah,
while we
like,
cut to Hyuga.
It's
like, oh, these fucking idiots.
That was great. That was really funny.
And he summons a bunch of students to become like mooks.
Yeah, the Zolders.
Again, get off your phones, kids.
Yeah.
Or else you get turned into
those uniforms they were turned into as mooks, kind of snazzy. I love them.
I like the masks. The masks are cool.
They were literally high school masquerades.
I like that Ichika. That's right. I like the fact that Ichika turned the fight around with the power of talk no jutsu.
Well, before we get into the actual fight, one thing I wanted to highlight is I think Ichika's Momohero henshin in this episode is the closest we get to an actual stock henshin because it like zooms into her face as the helmet forms.
Yeah, no, that was cool too. I just like snapped on.
That was rad.
That was neat.
I don't remember if the other episodes did that. It's been a while.
Oh man, yeah, it's been like the year.
There was also something hilarious though about the editing of this episode between commercial breaks because like they had this big like epic moment
twice in this episode they cut to commercial and then replay the last full minute,
and then like it was like a big emotional beat too, so you get to see it twice. Like you got like you got her like running to them like I'm gonna help you, and the music is like all like epic. Cuts to commercial. We see the whole scene again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's because they think
weird editing.
It is weird editing like that.
Yeah, but yeah, so Ichika henshins into Momohero after everyone gives her the encouragement that she needs, and then we get our first full 5-team roll call.
We did it, and it was nice. It was very
and she's like, "I'm Momohero."
You'll get there.
Yeah, it was a little awkward.
And then they defeat the Sun Majin by literally talking to him
with the power of talk no jutsu.
Well. Yeah, and then he's like, yes, I will be me. I do like myself. Explodes.
Self-destructs.
Like, what the hell just happened?
I'm shredding off the man I was. Tomorrow I embrace the new man in me. Explosion.
No, but before we even get into that part, I just love that like the actual speech that she gives because it's like it's okay if you're hated. It's okay if 90% of the world hates you. That just means 10% doesn't. And I'm like, wow, this is just our situation with us versus the rest of Toku Twitter.
That's literally, I'm listening to her speech and it's like, nobody likes you here.
Leave,
and that's okay.
Go to another school.
You're valid. Just get out.
Be valid elsewhere.
Oh no, guys! You know why he exploded? This is an homage to Kamen Rider X. Everything fucking explodes. Chicken explodes.
Of course.
I just love like before he self-destructs. First thing he does after like turns around, hucks his weapon off to the side, and just fucking books it halfway down the scene.
And like, I think we understand like Toku framing at this point, so we were just like, is he about to explode?
he stands there, throws his hands wide, and I'm like, oh my god, boom! What?
What was great too is I like that she showed him like through like a camera mode what he looked like, and he's like, "Oh my god,
is that my monster form? I'm hideous."
Yeah, he's like never seen himself in the mirror.
And we were literally making the joke that well, you've never even seen your own face, have you? Holds up the phone, and it's just her on the other side, just punches through the phone, like Dr. Hibbert.
I'm not afraid to hit a woman.
There's no right way to hit a woman, so do it the wrong way.
Defeated by the power of selfies.
Of course. I also like the idea, like when they explode, it just cuts back to the high school heroes, and they're all just like, "Did we just kill that man?
Did we kill a teacher? Holy fuck!
Is that our fault?"
Oh yeah, we're screwed.
We getting expelled?
We're getting expelled, dude.
Wait, which was weird because the same thing happened in like not this week's episode of Gotchard, but the last one with that dad.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just the power explodes and you're fireproof for a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Toku logic, come on, Sal.
Well, I know, it's fine. Whatever.
Not only that, but all of your emotional instabilities are instantly cured the minute you get a Hisatsu to the face.
It's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so then they like go to like a nice fireworks show, and like Ichika's in like a cute ass like kimono. It's all pink. So
and Ichika just straight up comes out to them and tells them that.
Oh yeah, this is when the actual coming out happened.
Yeah. Yeah,
like at that point they were just like, yeah, you can be pink, whatever. But then like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's interesting that like they allowed Ichika to be Momohero without even knowing the full truth of Ichika's identity.
And you know what? To be fair, that works within the whole thing of the episode. It doesn't really matter.
It's like, the whole be open-minded thing. Don't be restrictive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like how at the end of that conversation they were all like, well, you know what? If ever you want to come out to your parents, I'll be right there with you, buddy.
I have no idea what I'll do, but we'll be there.
Yeah, I don't know how I can help. I'm not sure I understand it.
If your parents try to kick you out, I'll beat them up.
It's legit. It's emotional.
Yeah. It's them saying, I don't know if I fully understand it, but I've got your back.
Yeah.
We're a team.
Which is all you can really ask.
Some kind of high school club or something.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is one of those Japanese shows that really makes a high school club seem more powerful than they are.
Oh, absolutely.
A la Kill la Kill.
Or, Earth Defense High School Club Boebu.
Anything to make kids excited for high school.
That show was so good.
Give me my fall in love, in love.
But yeah, honestly, not what I was expecting at all, but nice. Very nice.
If you're looking for something Sentai-like, this is a go-to.
If you could, like... Oh, yeah. Again, for me, the suits are a little oof, but
the suits are not the best. Even I, who loves blue, will admit they're not the best.
Again, it's just the color scheme.
I love the satisfaction of them like pressing that button and it just goes the high school hero. Like that's so cool. I love the sound of that.
I also really like their emblem with the pen and like the color.
Yeah,
that's a cool one. There's like a lot of it's working for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the villain's like, "You fucked up, but I'm gonna allow it." Also, I'm gonna drum on the
scrum. We gotta talk about that guy.
The scene with the headmaster and the taiko drum.
Oh my god, it was so great. Like at first, I didn't realize that like he was actually drumming.
You thought that was just music over the scene,
which would have been awesome because it's like, oh yeah, I like that. But like, no, he was actually doing it as he was going around.
Yeah,
and then holy shit!
Then he just like mashes it and sends the stick flying.
Whipped it, and it looked like like maybe this was just the camera angle, but it looked like it came really close to hitting the other guy in the face.
Oh yeah,
like.
I'll be looking forward to results.
Maybe he flinched. Maybe he actually flinched that shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
and then we get
I'll kill you.
And then we get the ending dance. Yeah, which is a pretty good song.
Fun.
And again, I'm assuming that's them doing that song.
Yeah. Yeah. They are the boy band.
Absolutely, boy band. So.
And then it looks like next episode, Hyuga becomes a Majin and Taisei gets arrested.
Shit.
And the prom tomorrow.
Yeah. But yeah, good episode. Looking forward to seeing more and finishing out the show. Very fun.
I love Ichika. She's great. She's my favorite high school hero.
Ichika was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
She's pretty great.
Yeah.
And that is Castranger for the week. Jikai Radio Sentai Castranger. Oh, baby! Next week, we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Outsiders.
I love S.E. Hilton.
Goddamn time.
Yeah. I still have to watch episode 4 subbed, but yeah, I love what I've seen. Zane is awesome.
Yep. This is the story of young boys in a club, and they need to.
No, it's not Kamen Rider The Outsiders.
That's a good one.
You mean I can't have Kamen Rider Pony Boy?
Kamen Rider Soda Pop.
Yeah, Kamen Rider Soda Pop.
I want Kiefer Sutherland.
God, I love that book.
Yeah, I love that book. Canadian icon.
All right. Well, before we go, I have to give thanks to our current active patrons, which include our good friends Blaze, Armorhide, Sentai VT, Midas the Fool, and Zachary Cook. Thank you very much for actively supporting what we do.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Vegas.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, and being awesome. As always, the primary source of our Cast Ranger hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, Discord server, merch store, all of our cool shit. Let us know what you thought about these episodes in the comments. Let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about, and specifically, now that we are free from the hell that is Borktober 3rd, we no longer have to watch B-Fighter. I'm so happy.
Oh, I do not regret not missing that last week.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all once again, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Night, everyone.